Welcome to Tales of Unusual, stories that remind us our deepest desires. Sometimes open doors we can never close again. Tonight's tale is about a lonely object, a curious mind, and the temptation of living inside your dreams forever. This is the story of the dream-sharing stone. So settle in, close your eyes if you dare, and listen closely. Some dreams should never be shared. Evelyn Gray was a dreamer, but not in the way people use the word to describe hopeful souls. Her dreams were vivid, almost too real. Wild places she visited every night to escape her dull job and empty apartment. One evening, walking home past an old antique shop she'd never noticed before, something caught her eye. A small, smooth stone, dark as coal, sitting alone in the window. The sign next to it read, "Stone of Shared Dreams, $5. Evelyn laughed at the absurdity, but her feet carried her inside. She paid the $5 and slipped the stone into her pocket, never guessing it would slip into her mind as well. That night, Evelyn held the stone in her hand as she drifted to sleep. Her dream was clearer than ever. She stood in a golden meadow she'd never seen before, warm wind brushing her hair. But this time, she wasn't alone. A man was there, a stranger, yet somehow familiar. He introduced himself as Jonah. He said he'd been dreaming of this place for years, but now he could finally see her. They talked until the sun set, and when Evelyn woke, she found the stone still warm in her palm. She wondered, could someone really share a dream? The next night, she returned to sleep with the stone under her pillow. Each night, Evelyn met Jonah again. The meadow stretched further, rivers appeared, forests bloomed under moonlight. Jonah told her stories of his waking life, how lonely he'd been, how he'd found the stone in a market years ago. Together, they shaped the dreamscape. Mountains rose when they wished, animals appeared at a thought. Evelyn started going to bed earlier, sleeping longer, her waking life blurred, work meetings forgotten, friends' calls unanswered. The real world felt dull, colorless compared to the vivid paradise they built together every night. She wondered if she could stay there forever. One night, Evelyn woke gasping. She thought she heard a voice, not Jonah's, whispering, "Wake up." At work, her boss asked if she was okay. She looked pale, distracted. Evelyn brushed it off. She needed sleep, but the dreams grew stranger. Jonah was different now, less gentle, more insistent that she stay longer each night. When Evelyn tried to leave the dream early, Jonah's eyes darkened. "Don't go," he said, his voice echoing across the meadow. She woke with scratches on her arms, deep red lines like branches from the dream forest. That night, she hid the stone in a drawer, but when she closed her eyes, she felt it calling to her from the dark. Evelyn tried staying awake, coffee, pills, cold showers, but sleep is a hunter that always catches its prey. The next time she drifted off, the meadow was gone. Instead, she stood in an endless forest, shadows twisting around Jonah's shape. He smiled with too many teeth. "Why did you try to leave me, Evelyn?" She ran, but the forest bent around her, roots grabbing her feet. She felt the stone growing heavier in her hand, pulling her deeper into the dream. She screamed herself awake, only to find the stone was gone from the drawer, back under her pillow, warm and pulsing like a heartbeat. Exhausted and half mad, Evelyn returned to the antique shop, but it was gone. Where the building had stood was an empty lot, weeds choking cracked pavement. Back home, the stone waited for her on her bed, as if inviting her to lie down. That night, Evelyn gave in. She stepped into the dream for the last time. Jonah waited, arms open. "Now you never have to wake up," he whispered. The forest swallowed her, and in the real world, Evelyn slept on, unresponsive, her eyes flickering under closed lids. Doctors called it a coma. Some called it a curse. But in the dream, she never opened her eyes again. They say the dream-sharing stone still turns up from time to time on dusty shop shelves, at garage sales, in forgotten boxes in attics. A promise for those who hate their days and long for better nights. But remember, the price for living in your dreams is leaving your life behind. Thank you for watching Tales of Unusual. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that drift between waking and sleep. Dream sweet tonight, and check under your pillow for stones.